Widely considered the greatest player in the long history of professional hockey in Rhode Island, Zellio Toppazzini's early career was actually spent in Hershey and Cincinnati, as well as with the NHL's Boston Bruins. During the 1951-52 season, Toppazzini was dealt to the Providence Reds, setting the stage for a legend to be born.
Zellio Toppazzini was absolutely the greatest player that I ever saw wear the Rhode Island Reds uniform. And that's among 660 players played for the Reds. I didn't see them all, but I would doubt very much if there was a better player.
He notched 45 points in 33 games after the trade and helped the Reds reach the Calder Cup Finals. A year later, he led Providence in scoring, and in 1955, he earned second-team AHL All-Star honors despite the Reds' last-place finish. In 1955-56, Toppazzini was at the heart of one of the most impressive seasons by any team in AHL history, cementing his place in Reds lore.
He played right wing, pass the puck to him on the right wing on the right side. He'd fly around the defense, go in on the goaltender, he'll give him the heel toe, flick it up the top corner, no problem at all. And he's a wonderful forechecker. Zellio was a great teammate, a good guy to have in the dressing room. I sure miss him right now, I'll tell you. He's one of my better friends here in Providence.
Topper was named a first-team AHL All-Star, leading the league with 113 points in 64 games as Providence completed a worst-to-first turnaround. He then set a postseason record with 20 points as the Reds won the Calder Cup. The championship would be the franchise's last, but Toppazzini remained one of the elite players in the AHL for several more seasons, retiring with 786 points in 785 career games over 15 years. In 2000, the Rhode Island Reds Heritage Society selected Toppazzini as the team's Player of the Century, an honor befitting the franchise's all-time leader in goals, assists, points, and games played.
Folks, I want to tell you about a hockey player, Zellio Toppazzini. He was in the league when I broke in as a rookie. And I remember in Providence, I skated out and I saw this guy in warm-up. I said, this guy is not in the National Hockey League? How in the world am I ever going to make it? He won the scoring title in 55-56, I think, and he won it handily. Let me tell you, most valuable player. And I looked out, and everybody in the team, we used to like to watch him in warm-up. That's how great he was. I think they called him Shifty, and they should have. I'll tell you, he was terrific. And I think today, if he was playing the way hockey's today, he'd be making about a $10 million. Zellio Toppazzini didn't play like his brother. Jerry, he was with Boston, a good player too, but he was a banger and smasher. This guy was terrific. And I'll tell you one thing, folks, like I said, if he was playing today, he'd get 40 goals, 50 goals, and he'd make $10 million. Zellio, I know you're looking down. You are a beauty.
Zellio Toppazzini passed away in 2001. The banger and smasher, though, from the Boston Bruins, his brother Jerry is here to accept on his behalf. And before you come up, Jerry, I have to say, never in the history of this event have we had such a great celebration of family. There's a lot of you here. Come on up.
Never in doubt, Jerry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the American Hockey League for inviting me here to receive this trophy on behalf of my brother. This is a tremendous honor. And I'd like to thank the American Hockey League for selecting all these recipients here today. 3 I know very well, and the other one had tremendous credentials. You know, these trophies don't come by very easy. You have to earn them, and these guys all earned them. Congratulations to all of you. in my career playing in Boston, I was very fortunate. I was only 50 miles away from Providence, where my brother played. And we always played on opposite nights, so I could get down to Providence to watch my brother play. And I could never believe the amount of talent that man had. And I would say to him, after the games, I'd say, "What are you doing here?" And he'd say, "Oh, I'm happy, I'm happy there." Well, about 25 years after we quit playing hockey, I said to him one day, I said, "Look at all those chances you missed in the National Hockey League." That's when I found out he was making more money in Providence than I was making in Boston. Anyway, these, as I said, you don't win these awards by yourself. And when I look back at that great line with Paul Larrivee, Camille Henry, and Zellio Toppazzini, they were worth the price of admission any day of the week. They were great hockey players, and Lou Perry was a great owner who really looked after those teams. So, you win championships, but you need a lot of players behind you. In those days, we used to travel by bus. The American Hockey League still travels by bus. And we never went on 2 days or 5-day road trips. They were 14-day, 16-day road trips. And I know when I was in the American Hockey League, we always judged the difference, the distance between two cities by the number of six-packs you brought on board. Anyway, while my brother was gone, somebody had to look after those kids, and he had 5 of them. And my brother could not have picked up a more beautiful, wonderful mate than Shirley Toppazzini, who's sitting right over there. Shirley, you did a wonderful job raising those 5 kids, and I'm sure they're all proud of you. And I want to thank, on behalf of the American Hockey League, the Toppazzini family would like to thank you on behalf of my brother, and they're all here. All the Toppazzini, stand up there. There's got to be about 40 of them. My brother would be proud if he stood up here and looked at that. Thank you very much for inviting me here. Dave is from down the East Coast, and I always said the only good thing ever come out of the East Coast was an empty bus.
He actually did, when I called Jerry to tell him of Zellio's induction, that was what he said. "Are you from Nova Scotia?" I said, "Yeah." He says, the only good thing ever to come out of there was an empty bus. I'd never met the guy before. And the only person who treated me worse was his wife, Rosemary.